everybody, it's Samantha, and I wanted to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. So in honor of that, I wanted to show you guys how to make some cake pops as a cute little Valentine's Day treat. So let's get started. So first off, what you're going to need is some cake, and I already pre-baked this. It's chocolate and vanilla, but you can do whatever flavor you want. And you can either bake it or buy a store-bought cake. And some creamy frosting. And then I have some styrofoam here to put the cake pops in when you're done, and really you just need anything that can hold them. And then cake pop sticks, which are actually called lollipop sticks. And this for the cake, a bowl, and some melters that you can get at really any craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I got different colored ones. And then sprinkles, which you can get anywhere, and I got some red and pink hearts and just some Valentine's Day colors. And you're also going to need a cookie sheet and some wax or parchment paper. So you want to take your cake and cut it into smaller pieces and then just crumble it into the bowl. So mine's already in half. So you just keep doing this and keep adding in the other pieces and crumbling them until it turns into a big bowl of crumbled cake. Now the cake's all crumbled. So now you're going to add a 1/3 cup of creamy frosting, and I'm using creamy vanilla, to the cake that is crumbled. The frosting will allow the cake to stick together so that it can form into balls. So then once you have the frosting in it, you're going to stir and mix the frosting into the cake. And once I'm done stirring, we'll see if that's enough frosting for it to stick together, and if it's not, then we'll add a little bit more. So now that you have your frosting mixed into your cake, you're going to get some cake, and you can make your cake balls different sizes, but I'm making mine about 1 inch across. And so you start kind of smushing it together at first. And then I need a little bit more. And once it's all smushed together, you start rolling it into a ball. And if it starts crumbling while you're making it into a ball, you should add some more frosting to the cake mix. So once you're happy with how your ball looks, and if it hasn't been crumbling, put it onto your cookie sheet. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the chocolate cake. So now that the chocolate cake is all crumbled, I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of creamy whipped milk chocolate frosting to it. And remember, if your cake balls don't stick together, you can always add a little bit more frosting. So now I'm going to make the chocolate cake balls. Again, I'm going to make them about 1 inch across. So not too much. I'm going to pack it together, and then once it's like held together, you want to make it into a ball. So now that I have all my cake balls done, I'm going to put them in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you don't have to put them in the fridge, but I just want them to set a little bit more before we start putting the coating on. So now I've taken my cake pops out of the fridge. Now we're going to start the process of putting the sticks on the cake balls. So now you're going to put the melters in a microwavable safe glass or cup, and we're going to microwave them on low power for about 1 minute, but stirring every 15 to 20 seconds. So you want to microwave and stir it until it's pretty much completely melted, and it actually took me about 2 minutes to get it fully melted. But be careful when you're heating it because the glass does get hot, so use a towel or an oven mitt to take it out. So now I have all my colors melted, and I'm going to start putting on the sticks. So first you want to take your stick and dip it into whatever color you're going to want to use, and go about 1/2 inch in. And then you don't want to stick it all the way through your cake ball, but only about halfway, so that it has kind of a little like ring at the bottom. And doing this is what ends up keeping your pop from falling off the stick. So now that the sticks are put on, I'm going to put them back into the refrigerator for another 5 to 10 minutes. And you only want to leave them in there for about 5 to 10 minutes because if they end up being too cold, then when you dip them in the hot coating, it might crack. So now that I've taken my cake pops out of the fridge, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil to each of my colors and reheat them, just so that it makes it easier to work with and makes them thinner. So you want to make sure that your frosting is warm and very thin so that when you dip your cake pop in there, it doesn't come off in there like mine just did. And so you want to dip it in there slowly and turn it a little bit. And dip it in all the way to where the stick is. And then once you pull it out, you want to turn it and kind of like hit your hand so that the frosting, the excess frosting comes off. So you want to decorate it while your frosting is still warm and wet so that your decorations will stick to it. And then you put it in your styrofoam and you're done. Ta-da! These were really fun to make, and I hope you get the chance to make them too. And when you take a picture of them and post them on Instagram, tag me so that I'll see them. And I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. Bye!